welcome back to another lesson from the South Logan Church of Christ for the children. Again, my name is Bethany. If you've not been with us, welcome. I hope you all had a great week. We've had a busy week being home, enjoying homeschooling and all the fun that entails with that. This week was fun. One of my children decided to tell me all about how they felt like Rapunzel and like they were locked in their tower and not able to ever come out. So that made me think of a Bible story about someone who hung a string instead of their hair out of their window, hung a rope out of their window to signal people. So I'm going to start with a story. This story is from the Beginner's Bible. Joshua and the Spies. After Moses died, Joshua became the leader of the Israelites. God led them into the promised land. He led them to a city called Jericho. The city was protected by high walls. Still, two spies found a way into the city. They went to Rahab's house. The king of Jericho ordered his soldiers to capture those men. Rahab hid the men on her roof. When the soldiers arrived, she said, "The spies have already gone. If you hurry, you may catch them." So the soldiers ran off to find them. "Thank you for helping us," the spies told her. "When we come back, we promise to save you and your family." Then Rahab helped the spies escape. I don't know if you can see in this story, but in order for her to be saved, she had to have her family in her home with a red rope hanging from the window, so they knew where they weren't going to destroy. They wanted to make sure that she was safe. So I was thinking about the story, and one thing that sticks out to me is if I were Rahab, I would have been a little afraid. If the king had found out that she had lied to him, it would have been bad. She would have been in a lot of trouble, maybe even killed, more than likely killed. But God took care of her because she took care of God's people, and then God's people took care of her. So I found this little visual. I've got my candle on a box here, so it's up a little higher. Let's see if I can get a little higher. Got my candle, and we're going to light this candle. This candle is going to represent you. So I'm going to let my light shine. And while we sit here, I'm going to talk about some things that we are afraid of. What are some things that you are afraid of? Maybe we're afraid of the dark. Maybe we're afraid of sickness, being afraid of being sick. Maybe we're afraid of doctors or surgeries. Some of you have had surgeries. What else can we be afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of getting hurt? That's something I'll add to our list. Are you afraid to be away from your parents? Maybe. There's lots of reasons to be afraid. Sometimes we're afraid when we wake up in the middle of the night and have a bad dream. That could make you afraid too. So I've listed our fears. And I've made our fear fan. Okay? So when we get afraid, our fears do this to us. See how we're shaky and unsteady? We're not standing straight for God. We're not shining our brightest when we have fear in the way. And sometimes, if our fear gets the best of us, it puts our light out. So I'm going to put your light back on. We always want our light to shine for God. When we're not afraid, our light stands strong. But I have a baggie. Our baggie is clear. You can see through it. Our prayers stand between our fears and us. And we can't see our prayers, but God hears them, right? So we're going to put our prayer between us as the light and our fear that blows. Do you see the fear moving our light? No. God protects us from our fears when we talk to Him. Prayer stands in the way of our fears. And that way, fear will never get the best of us. It's never going to start waging its wind and putting us out. That won't happen if we pray and lean on God with our fears. So just like Rahab trusted that the spies were going to keep their word, we trust that God's going to keep His word and take care of us. And when we pray to Him, He answers our prayers, sometimes not like we want them to, but He always answers our prayers in a way that is best for us. So remember this week, when you're afraid, send up those prayers. If it's you wake up in the middle of the night and you're afraid, you're always welcome to get your parents. But you should pray and tell God, I'm afraid. I had a bad dream. If you are going to the doctor because you're sick or you broke a bone, say a prayer. God is listening. So I'm going to end with a few songs. This one is My God is So Great. I'm going to have to look down a little bit because I don't remember all the words very well. It's a new one. Some of you should know it. So, my God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. You like to try that one again? I added some hand motions as we went. Let's see if I can remember it. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. Remember that this week. When you're scared and you're praying to God, remember your God is big, strong, and mighty, and He will take care of you. Let's sing our New Testament books of the Bible. I know we've been working on this one. The tongue twister T's come in the middle. So let's see if we can do this one together. Ready? Parents, join in on this one. I know we need a little help still. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts and the letters to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. Very good, guys. So this week, I want you to remember to be like Rahab. Trust that God's going to take care of you. Just as the spies trusted God was going to take care of him and had Rahab help him. And Rahab trusted the spies. Trust that God will always take care of you. Don't let your light flicker in spite of fear. I hope you guys have a great week. I look forward to being with you again. If there's anyone out there who needs anything, please reach out to us. We are here, willing to listen and help in whatever way we can. Hopefully, we will be back together sooner than later. I know orders start lifting soon, but that may not be in the classroom right away. So I look forward to seeing you. If not next week, I will do another YouTube. So I'll see you that way. I hope you guys have a great week.